so late. Boom, bada, boom, bada, boom. Yes, people there, welcome back to Danny AFC TV on the eve of Tyson Fury and Alexander Usyk part 2. People, do be liking, do be subscribing. The fight of the year, the fight of the century, the fight of the whatever you want to call it is here. It is upon us and it's on. And me, for one, is looking so forward to it. I'll be honest with you, there is no English or patriotic Danny AFC TV here. I only can see the Ukrainian absolutely going to work on Fury from the absolute off. I'm not saying it won't be a close spectacle, but yeah, I can see nothing different from the first fight. Now, guys, do be liking, do subscribe, and if one happens to be new, yeah, almost run late into the building again. So yeah, just putting myself around as usual. Let me catch up with myself. Let me put them there. The charger's out for the laptop, as you do, because I know the laptop will give me a bit of grief in a second. Where is everyone this evening? Let me try and get the stream out there. I was just talking to a Man United on the fan. Beautiful conversation. Shouts out to Jay, real one. Properly knows his football, and he's given me a couple of Man United kids to look out for. We know, obviously, Obi Kido Martins recently signed for Man United, which I was furious with for Arteta for letting him through his grasp. And everything I'm furious of Arteta with is not the way to treat an academy product, a K-lender, one of your own, as some of the old North bankers would say. Do you know what I mean? You do not play Atham. You bring him on in the 90th minute here, 91st minute against Man United, or the 88th minute. Starting against Crystal Palace, and then what? Bring him off for your skipper, for the guy that you love, that you want to suck his dick, for the Odegaard. Like, I'm not aiming at Odegaard here, but this is not the way to treat an academy product. So number one, like Arteta again, bruv, almost like your mum would tell you, got nothing nice to say, don't say it at all. I've got zero nice things to say about Arteta, so we'll have to slip on from that. Hopefully some of the good real ones will jump in and try and take my mind off Arteta, because number one, dragging off Anwari in a League Cup quarter-final, whether we're playing bad or not. There was 10 geezers alongside him playing bad. We had a terrible first half. In fact, we probably would have went out if it weren't for the powers of Jesus Christ II. Like, where did that come from? If he scores 5 between now and the end of the season, Jesus, Arsenal fans will probably say give him a new deal. The thing is, like, do you know what I mean? 5 between now and the end of the season, we need a lot more than that. Guys, do be liking, do be subscribing. What is your thoughts? Gabriel Jesus, flashing pan. Do you play him against Palace tomorrow? I'd say I think you have to start him with a hat-trick. Yeah, basically, what's your thoughts? Gabriel Jesus, do you know what I mean? A lot of talk he could go in January. Is now this going to be Arsenal don't need a striker and blah, blah, blah. Guys, there is an alarm bell all over me with this deal that I'm hearing is done and dusted. Where's his name? Alberto Melero. Las Palmas. It sounds so Fabio Vieira-ish to me. It's unreal. 60 million euros is the buyout. I've heard Arsenal have agreed to pay the whole 60 million euros, which is about 50 million pounds, cash sterling money. I don't want to judge him. I don't want to say too much, apart from 2 words, Fabio Vieira. I don't know. We've done it once, 35 million for a very lightweight looking attacking midfielder that is doing very well in their respective country. One is Portugal, one is Spain, obviously Las Palmas. Like, it sounds very Arsenal-ish. It sounds very defeated-ish. It sounds very just wrong. There's nothing right about this deal, let me tell you. If he gets granted the money and this deal does go through, I say blasphemous, shocking, and again, there's no one at Arsenal Football Club that actually gives a flying fuck. Talking of Fabio Vieira, in his last 9 games for FC Porto, he's doing very well. If you read Portuguese newspapers, which I can't read them, but I have had them translated, The prodigal son has returned. Our saviour is home. FC Porto's fucking godchild has returned. He is home. One of the journalists basically said, when you put an arm around a player and trust and believe in them and spend money on them, it's terrible what Arteta has done. I don't know who this Portuguese journalist is, but I will look up the story again because obviously he must have a march on Arteta just like me, that Arteta is a wrong one. I'm not saying Vieira should be playing for Arsenal, but I'm now actually wondering, is there a little bit more of a footballer in Vieira? I've watched his last 2 games for FC Porto. He has been very fucking good. Mate, try RS11. Like, this bruv never... It's not even close. These things are so good, they don't hit suburbias or villages, I'm afraid to say. Honest to fuck. RS11. Game changing. Honest to F. Absolute game changer. Right, let's try and get some people on the stream. Shout out to Jay, as I said as well. But Alberto Melero, I'm hearing, could very much be a done deal. I'm broken-hearted. I'm absolutely broken-hearted. Why does my computer sound like it's about to take off? I don't know if any of you can hear that. Computer's on its way out, isn't it? I bought one as well to actually replace this one, and then I didn't like it or trust it. Yes, time. So much news to get into. I'm just going to hold it down for 5 minutes, bruv. I've got a bit of an exclusive as well. I've got an exclusive. Grivo. That's not nice, is it? Little pum eater. Guys, let me tell you, guess what, Grivo? Bad man from Clapton, you know, E5th, you know, E5th warrior, you know, like gangbanger from back in the day. Yeah. Fat boy's gonna put on a little certain tie tomorrow, probably. And he's going to the theatre to watch, I don't know, Jake run up a beanstalk. Cinderella got paid. Try to think of one more. Give me one more sort of theatre thing. People from E5th shouldn't be here. I don't know. I hope you go clean shaven. Reason being, they're just going to look at the beard and just see like ghetto written all over you. Ghetto. But guys, do be liking and subscribing. I have got an absolute fucking exclusive. I hear Arsenal and Chelsea are about to go to war. And guess what it's for? To borrow Wembley Stadium for 1 season. Now, we done this a few years ago in European games, and it went fucking bad. But guys, exclusive. And when Danny has an exclusive, Arsenal and Chelsea, not at the end of this season. It might not be at the end of the next. It might be the one after. But Arsenal and Chelsea have both penciled it in to do building at their stadiums. Now, planning permission is nowhere near done. I think Chelsea are way ahead of the game than Arsenal. So again, that would put them probably in a better position for Wembley. But if the truth is told, I'm hearing Turkish style off the white roof and build another bit to the Emirates to make it an 80,000 all-seater stadium, or obviously all-seater. Arsenal fucked up. We only moved into the Emirates 18 years ago. So to be thinking of doing this kind of financial, which is going to cost, I'm hearing, £600 million, this sort of work just makes me think, oh shit, we won't sign players again for 7 seasons. But for anyone coming in late, like my Turkish brother UE, Arsenal and Chelsea fight for Wembley Stadium. Not at the end of this season. At the end of the season after, both teams have planned to move into Wembley Stadium, while Stamford Bridge and the Emirates, respectively, could be getting makeovers, and more importantly, for financial fair play and money reasons, more bums on seats. 80,000 at the Emirates. Fuck knows what Chelsea are trying to do. This Alberto Melero sounds very Fabio Vieira-ish. It sounds like it could be £85 million for 2 5'4" attacking midfielders that are both going to fail at the club. Fabio Vieira doing very well on loan. FC Porto, guys. Have you got any thoughts? Do you give a fuck? Because I know the Portuguese press are having a bit of a field day. They're saying Arteta must be a bit of an idiot. I've said this from day one. The prodigal son has returned. The sort of headlines that he's got over the last 4 or 5 games. Basically, I don't know, was it against Boa Vista last week? I think he scored 1, created 2, but had 4 goal scoring opportunities. You know, like the Opta stats proper go there. So yeah, Vieira doing quite well. I bet you're not Revo. Peeps from the hill. Peeps from the hill. Well, you boys are rats from down that road. Villarreal player pre-agreement according to Spain reports. Not sure. Sounds like Fabio Vieira-ish, bros. Like, again, I don't know who WB is, but I bet if we looked at his stats, bros, they're not that shit hot. Again, with all respect, he plays for Las Palmas as well. Oh no, is it Villarreal? Voila. Did he start at Les Palmas? What makes me say Les Palmas? '21. He isn't a yellow top, but it says Les Palmas here, bruvs. He's a winger who plays for Les Palmas. Who are you talking about, bruvs? Oh, man! He's 21. 17 matches. 4 goals. No assists. And he does play for Les Palmas. And it's the first thing that's on there, Arsenal reach agreement. And there's a little shirt of him in there, the little picture of him in an Arsenal shirt. Yes, you are, big. Grievo was popping. Bro, are you confusing players? Because he plays for Les Palmas. You know who's down here. I'm patriotic. I'm going for Fury. And you know me, bro. I'm not patriotic. So the Ukrainian boy will win. Usyk 2-0. If boxing is fixture, they're going to make it 1-1 for a third and final hoorah. There you go. Don't ever confuse me like that, RB. Because we have been linked with someone from Villarreal. Do not get it twisted. Do not get it twisted. We have been linked with someone from Villarreal. Patriotic as ever, bros. I go the Ukrainian geezer. Can't remember his name. Right, Fabio Vieira smashing it at his boyhood club FC Porto. Do you think Arsenal are testing the waters? Will we bring him back? Is the plan to bring him back? Now, I've heard the plan was to get rid. Yeah? Bad news, guys. We know Lazio have been kind of laughing at us for the £5 million agreement that we allowed them to put on the Tavares deal. Where they're like, we'll give you 5.1 million just because we're mugging you. The other team, Seville, they said after a successful loan, that pays 10 million for Lokonga. Lokonga has asked Arsenal today, probably not himself, but representatives, would they do a deal at 5 million? Because basically Seville have already threatened the player himself and said, we do want you, but we will not pay 10 million for you. But we'll do 5 on it. Over 17 mil we spent on him. Well done, Arteta. We won't get much money for Vieira because I don't think teams outside Portugal at this moment want him. FC Porto, what are they going to do? 8 million? 12 million with hard-ons? So again, business-wise at Arsenal, it's all a disgrace. Kieran Tierney, I'm not saying we should activate the year, but we can activate a year right now at no extra cost to us. Obviously, again, if it went wrong, you pay his wages for 1 more year. But any intelligent football club right now, say to Celtic, well, you're not taking him on a loan in January and at the end of the season having him for free. Arsenal are inviting him. And probably no loan fee. Or we might get 75 quid. Do you know what I mean? Whatever Kieran Tierney spends at Tesco's. It's not fucking good enough. Any other club would be executing the extra year on Tierney's contract. Not that this is the biggest deal, but I'm just saying it's another waste of money. It's another 25 million down the pisser when we give him to Celtic at the end of the season or in January for this much money. For that much money. What are we going to get for Vieira at a £35 million investment? I'm very worried. So why are we trying to buy another Fabio Vieira from Les fucking Palmas? 21 years old. Never really heard of him. Plays for Les Palmas. That says it all. But a 60 million euro deal has been done. I've even heard a pre-contract agreement has been signed. Rashford, loan. But Arsenal. Arsenal's name is written all over this. It sounds very Arsenal-y. We don't want a striker. The rumours is we won't even entertain looking at a striker until January. But if Man United want to be nice, and I'm hearing Raheem Sterling special, Man United are willing to kind of subsidize this. Shout out to you, Craig. Subsidize this by paying a percentage of Rashford's wages in the enthusiasm to get him out of there. Yeah, I take Arda Güler. I'm going Usyk as well. I do like Fury. Craig was saying something very interesting. He messaged me on Twitter. He said the geezer's walked in at like 41 stone, Fury. So I think Fury just thinking, the fatter I am, I'm just not going to get hurt. I will not get knocked out. I don't know what the thinking is behind that. Pretty much like what Craig said to me before I even get to his comments, like, Usyk's going to run around this bastard. Fury going to win, so they can do the trilogy fight. See, Brad, paranoia is telling me that. But I don't know, Usyk's all this for my country, for Ukraine. So if he's anything true to his word, he's going to go out there and just batter him tomorrow. Job done. Hey, 24 hours to fight. Now, what time do you think I should start this stream, bros? How many of the undercards on genuinely, Craig, how many of the fighters have you actually heard of? So how many of them should I do? Considering Palace Arsenal's 5:30. What time do you think I should set the stream for? He ain't getting sold, bros. He's getting sold for that much. How do you get sold, Craig, for that much? You can be given away and you can be loaned for that much. But you can't get sold for that much. We're not selling them unless you had a little type error there. And I'm not taking the piss, you know what I mean? We're going to get no money. The only way we get money is if another club pressures Celtic and bids 5 million for him. 5 years to this day, Arteta become the Arsenal. Oh my God. I should have had a 50-year t-shirt. Fuck you, pagan. Became Arsenal manager 5 years. Arteta 5 years, going backwards. Yeah, bros? Let's celebrate the next 5, Craig, because he will be here in 5 years' time. I'm sure we'll all be in good health. With the Lord and Allah's blessings, we'll all be fine. So will Arteta be, to still be the Arsenal manager. Between 10 and 11. What time do you have? 9:30? Do you think I should be looking at the undercards? Is there anything decent in the undercard world? But groundbreaking news, Craig, I think you just jumped in. Arsenal to battle Chelsea Football Club for the loan of Wembley Stadium. Yes, Arsenal and Chelsea are attempting to do a deal with the Football Association to borrow Wembley Stadium for 1 season, while we, respectively, increase the capacity of the Emirates and obviously Chelsea of Stamford Bastard Bridge. And apparently we've penciled it in for the same time. Now, apparently Chelsea are way ahead of us. They kind of know what they want to do, planning permission, blah, blah, blah. Apparently they're working on it just before this Todd Bowie got in, and Todd's running with it. Like the little American fucker that he is. They like their franchises having beautiful stadiums. Apparently when it comes to come to selling the franchise, Kroenke's an ever market leader in this, making his franchises having wonderful stadiums. So at the end of the day, because he's American, and he will spend money because, again, he's spending billions in America. In fact, one of his franchises, because the area is such a shithole, within 3 miles of the stadium, yeah? Or 8 blocks, whatever the blocks is, yeah? He rejuvenated the whole area, literally. New apartment buildings, new shops. He financed all of it to make the area look nice within a 3-mile radius of one of his new franchises. Is it LA Rams or some Bulls from somewhere? So, yes, I reckon Arsenal will spread their wings and probably fuck off to Wembley if we get planning permission to renovate the Emirates Stadium. Surely we can't go a seat underneath 80. If we're talking 75, in 20 years' time, we'll be talking about this again. Because Man United will be 100,000, Chelsea will be 100,000, Villa will be 100,000, and Arsenal will be getting left behind, a London club on 80,000 seats. I pray we just don't do it to ourselves. Is that actually a joke? Rio Ferdinand. He boxes. Mayweather. Wow. In Dubai, you know. Not for me. Remember when Arsenal were playing at Wembley? Oh, yes, I know. But I'm talking about to generate the stadium. What do you do, bruv? What would you actually do, Craig? You can't play in the stadium, like have a mural. We're not going to do it. It's physically impossible, like at Highbury, the North Bank, the mural. Because it's not 4 separate bits, the stadium. So again, because it's like a wraparound, isn't it? I reckon if you take the whole roof off that I'm staring at right now, the white roof, you take that off carefully, you close down a lot of Islington while you take that roof off, bin it, and then wrap around, and then probably put another roof on or whatever holds the shit together. Exactly. What else in London could you do? We don't want to borrow Totties. Probably Totty wouldn't want us there. Not saying we want to be there. We can't go Chelsea. Like, we can't really go to no London club. Who could we go to? Brentford, not big enough. Do you know what I mean? So realistically, the only club that is within a radius that's got a stadium big enough for Arsenal to go and move into for a season would be Tottenham. And you couldn't do that. Right, Ian, right. No, stay here. What is your thoughts about moving to Wembley? Like, again, as Craig said, it was a terrible idea. It was terrible when we played our Champions League games there. We went straight out. It was horrible. And there was no atmosphere. I went to one of the Champions League games back in the day. We will struggle those seasons at Wembley. Not the same. Home games won't feel like home advantage. It will be terrible, bros, like what Craig was saying. But again, for the beneficialness, for the benefit of the club, what can you do? You're in a slightly no-win situation. We were one of the teams with the biggest dick or the biggest balls, the cojones, in the world, or in London, the Premier League. We jumped ship first when everyone was thinking about expanding stadiums or making the Kop bigger or making Villa Park bigger or the whole end there or the Matthew Harding stand at Stamford Bridge. We fucked off to Ashburton Grove. And I remember thinking to myself at the time, but I was only a young girl, or I'm not that young, but you know what I mean? Thinking, all of this for just over 20,000 seats. Like, why ain't this a bigger stadium? And people probably laughed it off and thought, well, Danny, you know what I mean? You're not that much of a big club. 14 of us here, guys. Do be liking, do be subscribing, and don't be shy to comment. We've only got Grievo, Ty, and you read the real one commenting. Who's here? Who's be liking? Like, subscribe. 14 of you. Why is there only 2 people commenting? So, Arsenal and Chelsea want to go and have a little battle. Who can rent Wembley for one season while we renovate our respective stadiums? Now, Chelsea will not move away from Stamford Bridge, and they've already spent a lot of money there. Chelsea Village, the Chelsea Village Hotel. Again, Arsenal won't have none of that hotel problems. But yes, we're still going to have to leave the Emirates for a minimum of a season. You know what I mean? While we rejuvenate and renovate. So as I said, back to my point, in 2006 or 2000 or whenever, when we had the plans to go to Ashburton Grove, I just can't believe no one. And these cronkers, obviously, they build all their stadiums and their franchises in America, and it's how they make their money, and it's how they make their billions when they sell and fuck off all their franchises. Remember, Cronker was in the LA Rams. He even picked up one of them from, like, say, they were this side of America. Hey, California, he fucked them off to Texas. Fuck what the fans thought, because it was cheaper to build the stadium there. Now, again, sure, you can't do this at Arsenal. The Arsenal fans would, I don't know, they'll probably suck his dick. If Arteta said to do it, they'll probably be like, if Arteta says move to Southwest London, let's do it. But who knows? We'll have to see if it happens. So, again, hopefully Cronker ain't thinking, let's move Arsenal out of North London. Let's just regenerate the stadium. But again, how did they not have the foresight in 206? Or, again, we landed in 206. Whenever they were literally putting bricks up in 204, 205. Why did they not have this fucking foresight then? And we know the dramas it caused. Wenger had to sell a Galactica every year. Nasri, Adebayor, Thierry Henry, Patrick Vieira. Are we going to go through that for another 10 seasons to finance the fucking stadium? Because I'm hearing it's going to cost more or about the same, if not more, than what we paid for the fucking Emirates. It's a 500, 600 million pound facelift. So guys, 23 and a half minutes in, what is your thoughts of the Emirates facelift? Bless my brother. To move to Wembley, what do you do, Ty? We're going to be left behind. From what I'm hearing, well, Everton have got a new stadium that opened next year. Yeah, that's probably as big as the Emirates. Liverpool are going to be 70,000 very soon. Villa are trying to redevelop. Newcastle want to go to 75,000. Bro, do you know I was watching a documentary yesterday? In 2 years from now, we could be the 10th or the 11th. We could have the 10th or the 11th biggest stadium in the Premier League. For a club at the size of our stature, that's just not good enough. Even Man United, and they're not really performing like Man United under the good old Ferguson days, yeah? They're still massively in the plans and architectural and talking to architects and to basically increase Old Trafford to 100,000. Now we're talking 75, 80. I already think we're already thinking small-minded again. Ty, you eating from the end of the road again, bruvs? Not today, man. Danny, started Everton this weekend. Shouts out to you, Craig. Rhea Timber. Yeah, right. Interesting. We need to get back to Skelly. Bruv, he's not a left back because you can see when he does that inverted, perverted, and whether they're asked to or the left back like Zinchenko, he always ends up like, even when there's a corner, he ends up on the right hand side like a right back, where Timber should be. For me, the wanderer just wants to wander into the midfield, and I think that passing range that he's got, he's been one of them guys. Doesn't lose the ball often. Short, sweet, move it, keep moving. You know what I mean? Pass, keep it moving. I think he's a central midfielder. But we will get back to that. But let me finish the comment. Guys, again, 14 of us here. Would you please be liking and subscribing? Danny, my starting 11 at the weekend. Raya, Timber, Skelly, Gabriel, Saliba, Rice, Party. Funny how Party is proper number one now, isn't it? Early got Sterling. Sterling, Saka, Kazuz. Only one difference, bro. I take Sterling out. It's not for Trossard. It's not for Martinelli. It's for Anwari. I'm disgusted. Disgusted at what Arteta done to him the other day. You give the kid a fucking chance. A start against Palace in the quarter-final. And you haul him off at half-time. You may as well go every cunt of Raya, everyone. Do you know what I mean? Fucking disgrace. If it was me, Odegaard as an 8 and Worry more advanced. For me, no, Odegaard as a 10. I wouldn't drop Party, no, or Rice, obviously not. And Anwari on the wing, bros. I want Anwari to now be the Saka backup. We don't need a Saka backup. We've got that within the club. We need Martinelli or Trossard, preferably Trossard, fuck off. And then someone to come in and challenge Martinelli. And if Martinelli doesn't fucking up his game when that guy, whether it's a Nico Williams or Arda Galera, whoever the fuck you want it to be, comes in, then fuck him off immediately. You're saying that's the Streatham. Yeah, bruv, you know what I mean? Where was that place? The Dome. The Dome. Greenwich or something. Wait a few years, focus on the league. But again, point being, time, we're being left behind. Even Tottenham, yeah? Even though they need a mug bit by 2,000 seats. They had to make it bigger than 60,000. And as soon as I heard Tottenham are going to build a new stadium, I told everyone in the world that I knew, anyone that would listen, watch. And I even said, even if it's by 50 seats, even if it's by 50 seats, they'll make it just a little bit bigger than the Emirates. Well, exactly. But how did the Kronkers, as again, they like to build all their franchises, as I say, yeah? How could they have allowed us to have done that when we moved in 2006? And all that space around the Emirates. Would Man United really allow him? Remember, this guy's publicly said he would go and play. Remember when PSG was linked with him and when he was doing better, like, you know, some clubs in Spain mentioning no names. Shouts out to you, Ty. I'm listening. I'm wrapping. Fuck me, everyone's wrapping presents. I see Rushy happening. I don't, you know. And when is this Alberto Mololero deal meant to be happening? January at the end of the season? No, oh, you're allowed. Right. 100%. I know you can only have 2 from the same country, but I don't know if that extends. Can we have 1 more from a different country? We should send Sterling back. One love, my brother. Where's everyone going? Not even half an hour down. Let me quickly run into the football news where everyone goes. Fabio Vieira, guys, smashing it. Should we keep him? Should we sell him? Does he fit into the system? System blur. Lazio laugh at Arsenal for the £5 million they want to give us in January for Tavares. La Conga could stay permanently in Seville, but Seville have said there's no way they're paying Arsenal $10 million for him. Musiala says he will not sign a contract before now and the end of the season. At the end of the season, he has 1 year left on his Bayern Munich contract. And remember, when you have 1 year left on your contract, in 6 months, he could negotiate with the Arsenal, the Man Cities of the world on a free transfer. I think this Musiala situation has got to be kept. Shouts out to you, Chloe. A close look at, close eye on. But Alphonso Davies as well. He's on a free end of the season, yeah? I would give them Zenny in January and just say, give us Alphonso Davies. Jonathan David, the little striker, Canadian. Kimmich, Sane, all the frees at the end of the season. Sesko, a lot of talk about him. the cheaper alternative to Isaac, guys. Rashford, is he the cheapest alternative to be a striker out of everyone? But I've just been speaking to a Man United fan, and they were like, Bubs, he's not a striker. He's where Man United fuck up. Play him on the left wing. He's strictly a left winger. Shouts out to Jay. Rice and Calafiore are back in action. That Malus, Kirkes, is he Serbian or something? A left back at Bournemouth. Arsenal have been linked with him. Liverpool are planning bids for him, Andy Robertson replacement. And Rafinha this January. Rafinha obviously been linked with Arsenal. Now I'm hearing Barcelona. Again, I know they'll get away with it, guys. But have you heard, even though they registered Danny Olmo by getting rid of Eric Garcia or someone else, Christensen, I can't remember. 2 players they got rid of in the summer, right at the end on loans, was enough to give them the wages to pay Danny Olmo. Now, I've heard, if them guys come back in January, because they were already at Barca, Danny Olmo would have the Danny Olmo wages immediately gets freed up for them too. And Danny Olmo can't kick a ball between January and the end of the season. Now, if Barcelona are really in trouble like this, why would I'm not saying you, or anyone else think they can buy people like this Diaz from Liverpool, or Martinelli from Arsenal, or Haaland from Man City? And I know stranger things have happened, and this is Club Barcelona. But again, if such a story, and I have been trying to track it down, and it's very misleading when you try and just, look at it on Google and look at some sources or a Fabrizio Romano here and there, or whichever way you're trying to get to the bottom of these stories. And again, I'm hearing Ansu Fati. If it's cash, I'm not saying, we know he had a bit of a bad season at Brighton, and as far as I know, he's been injured ever since. But £20 million cash money, and he's still only 2021. It ain't the worst still. I'm definitely not saying Arsenal to do that one. It's too much of a liability. But Barcelona in all sorts of trouble. So, even though Rafinha is having statistically his greatest season in Spain, I still reckon, Arsenal fans, if you want Rafinha, there's a deal to be done. But Liverpool linked him today. Kieran Tierney will leave Arsenal for free. It will be a loan in January, and then he'll join up. What? What? Okay, what are you talking about, you little weirdo? What? When? Why when I'm live? Don't start ringing me. This prick will start ringing me as well. Where was I? Summer will be the optimum time for Arsenal to buy a striker. Jerome Hato. This is the generational talent allegedly at Ajax. He's 18 years old. And apparently Timber has been talking to him. He is a left back come centre back. Has pretty much been ever present at Ajax for the last season and a half though. Fabrizio Romano predicts a quiet January for Arsenal. Nothing is concrete. He didn't really talk about the Rashford situation either. Seville have offered Arsenal £5 million for Lokonga, who is currently on loan at Seville. Man United would consider a Rashford loan. But would that be to a Premier League club? And I've heard they'll even subsidise it by paying off his wages. Diaz to Barcelona. He has turned down a new deal at Liverpool. Now, Diaz, is he Colombian? The winger who plays on left wing for Liverpool, allegedly he only earns 52 grand a week at Anfield. And he's asked for 175, and Liverpool are unimpressed because they're trying to talk to Trent Alexander, Salah, and Van Dijk about new deals. Something might have to give. So now I'm thinking Liverpool may not be that busy in January. They're going to be busy giving out new deals to people. Man United would I've done that. Diaz to Barca. Dele Alli has finally left Everton. I actually didn't know Dele Alli was still at fucking Everton. Barcelona, huge £5 million mistake. But again, this is going back to them needing money so bad. The striker they sold to Chelsea. Maresca says Chelsea may not need a striker after all. Mark Gui, did he get a hat-trick in the Europa Conference League the other day as well, or whatever they're in? Paul Pogba is open to all offers from Brazil, Saudi, England. He says he just wants to play football again. Arsenal, done deal. Done deal? I have no idea what I tried to write. And Arsenal and Chelsea will battle it out for a season-long loan, they say, of the Wembley Stadium. We both want to increase our stadium, Stamford Bridge and the Emirates respectively, at the exact same time. I will try and bring you more on this story as soon as I know it. What's going on, girl? What about, and I don't want to compare him to Sterling. Do you know when a guy is done? A busy night wrapping presents and packing to go away. Are you going away? You going away? Testing, testing, 1, 2. He has, bros. But again, I believe that my pal Man United fan Jay is right. And he ain't a striker. And I believe he strictly does have to play on the wing. Or you don't get the best out of a guy like him. That is my massive concern. And again, it's one of them ones. Lick your finger and put it in the direction of the wind. If the wind ain't blowing correctly in his area, and the breeze that he wants it to through his hair, or his back, or his dreadlocks, or whatever he's got going on, the old Rashi, I believe there's problems ahead. So early into Ruben coming in, like, was this a decision he made on the Ten Hag? Or did Ruben Amorim walk in and piss him off to the extent where he said he's got to leave? Because he's never went publicly about leaving Man United before. This is a club, remember, he's played for since he was about 1. Need a break from fucking life. Fuck me, nice one, guys. On the eve of Christmas, literally, not on the eve of it, but, you know, literally it's days away. Nice. But we're going somewhere nice, etc. Interesting. But yes, that's it. After Arsenal said they're ready to bankroll the 5 million straight into our accounts for Tavares. They're saying it's the deal and the steal of the year. Fabio Vieira, any thoughts? Hey? Babies. I don't know. Sorry, I've got a bit back there. Alberto Molero. That's how you say his surname. What do you think? Les Palmer's midfielder come winner, 21 years old. It sounds all very Fabio Vieira-ish. Let's go and have a look at these stats real quick while it's dead, and then I can get out of it. Right. Oh, shit. I thought that was what you meant, Claus, but I didn't. Yeah, I'll give that to him set. Anyway, guys. Don't start fighting. Season 24-25. Now, 17 matches, 4 goals, no assists. Last season, 28 matches. Oh, God, that's disgusting. Not disgusting, as in, that's terrible, girl. Sorry, 1 sec, I will come back to you. WB's not around to do this for me, the bastard. Last season, 28 games, 3 goals, 3 assists. And the year before that, he was playing in the 2nd division, the Segunda division. There, he amounted 3 goals and 8 assists in the Segunda. That means nothing for me. I want to look at his 2 years in the top league in Spain with Les Palmas. "45 games, give or take a blowjob. 4 goals, 3 assists. 45 games, 4 goals, 3 assists. And that's in his career. I take it he's Spanish. And I take it he's obviously never played for Spain. So, sorry, while I look at these people. Yep, he is Spanish. Attacking midfielder, left-footed. Whoever this is, according to Google, yeah, dribbling strong, long shot strong, holding up the ball strong, passing, through balls passing strong, finishing very, very weak, aerial drills very, very weak, crossing very weak, defensive contributions terrible. What is he good at? likes to dribble, likes to play short passes. Not the sort of person that gets into rough tackles as a midfielder. Interesting. Sounds like a total pussy. Yeah, I'm going to confirm that Alberto Moreno from Les Palmas, 21 and not his shit. So he has scored like 7 goals in his career and got 4 assists, or the other way around, in just over 45 La Liga games. Right, again, Lenny Yoro, and it's a bit of a strange comparison. By 18 years old, yeah, he pretty much come to Man United with 2 full seasons under his belt in Spain, and he was only fucking 18. 65, 70 games he played in France for Lille or whoever he played for before Man United signed him. And that there, I reckon, he's going to be as close or very close to Saliba. I think one of the best defenders in the world very soon. That Lenny Yoro is a fucking centre half of all centre halves. He's a beast, just like our very own Saliba. But yeah, this guy's played like 45 games and he's 21. What's he been doing since he was 17, 18? So again, might be a bit harsh with me. I've already made up my mind. He's shit, and he is a never Mourinho. Who is a central midfielder who plays for Arsenal, by the way. Did try in the Premier League before, do you know what I mean? But Newcastle see fit after 17 games into a 5.5-year deal, got rid of him, I think, to Deportivo La Coruña. And the rest is history now to Arsenal. I don't get what Arsenal are doing. Rashford, like, again, it sounds a bit Sterlingish. Someone that's like, again, he's not Sterling's age, but hit that type of middle of the road of, you know what I mean? I earn a lot of money, international careers sort of gone. Was once upon a time linked with the PSGs and Barca's of the world. Now I don't even travel with the Man United squad for cup quarterfinals away at Tottenham that they lost. It's a strange old football world. But guys, it's 42 minutes down. It does seem that the comments have dried up. People seem to have disappeared from me. I will get out of the building. So again, key points today, Fabio Vieira. Still going to be a massive loss. Good to see he's doing well in Portugal. But again, Portugal's probably about his level. Tavares will be staying permanently at Lazio, £5 million. Genius, whoever decided to put that in the contract. Alberto Malero, £50 million, done deal. The Las Palmes, attacking midfielder, could be on his way to Arsenal as soon as January. 21 years old, 4, 5, 6 goals in his career. Fuck off. Rice in California, but KT is available to leave Arsenal for free. That much money. Joel Heto has opened up on talks to the Premier League and Arsenal. Fabrizio Romano appears to be saying Arsenal going to have a quiet January transfer window. There is no one concrete that we're looking at. But there's always that sort of thing always around Arsenal, you know, if the right players to come along. Man United would allow Rashford loan, but would that mean to a Premier League club? Dele Alli has left Everton. Didn't know you're still there. Barcelona, huge financial mistake, selling the gifted striker, Mark Gueye, to Chelsea for just £5 million. I do believe he got a hat-trick the other day, and that wasn't his first goals for Chelsea. But I'm going to have to go. This dog's sitting there farting like a cunt. You're a tramp dog. I need to open up the window. What did I try and write there? An Arsenal and Chelsea Football Club to battle it out for the loan, the 1-year loan of Wembley Stadium to rejuvenate and renovate and increase the capacities of our respective stadiums, Stamford Bridge and the Emirates Stadium. What is your thoughts on that, people? Let me just get a roll of Zoop. I'm going to jump out of a building and walk dog, but you need Zoop to walk dog. Who is with me, people? Do be liking, do be subscribing. Interesting question from UE as well about the loans. I wonder how many loans are you allowed? I know you're only allowed 2 from the same country, but would we be? Oh, that means we couldn't get Rashford. Sorry, I'm going to go for this. What the fuck did I just want to go look at? I'm so sorry, people. Good night, Lindor. What did I fucking want to go and look at? I'm annoying myself when I do that. I just thought something to go look at. Bollocks. Guys, remember, it is boxing tomorrow. Usyk versus Fury, part 2. I'll be in the building, I reckon, about 9:30. The ring walk, they reckon, is going to be between 10 and 11. So I reckon if I schedule my live, which I'll do after this stream for about 9:30, that should be fine. And that won't clash with Palce Arsenal. Obviously, that'll finish just before 8 somewhere. Palce Arsenal tomorrow at 5:30. So you'll see my beautiful blue eyes more than once tomorrow. So yes, people, it's time for me to go. 46 minutes down. Go with this fucking farting beast with a dog, you know what I mean? Because the house is going to get cold on, so I've tried to open the fucking window. Fucking dog. Stinks, man. Yeah. But yes, Arsenal and Chelsea to battle it out for Wembley. Alberto Melero, £50 million done deal. 21-year-old Les Palmers. It doesn't excite me. That's what I want to do. The group. We can't get Rashford on loan. Rashford on loan. Can't get Rashford on loan. Let me just try and call it easy. I'm going to try live. Yeah, I know it starts dead early, but again, out of them 9-10 fights, is any of them worth a piss, bro? Is any of them like worth going live earlier for? Arsenal will finish around just before 8, 5:30 kickoff, with stoppages and everything else involved. Just yeah, because I'm calling someone on behalf of someone here. He's not going to answer. Oh, mate, everything is ready. Palace, Arsenal, R5, just before 8. But what time should I set the stream, Craig? And that'll be the last comment of the evening. No answer. Fuck, mate. Right. What time do you think I should set the stream for, Craig? Shouts out to you, my brother. Hope you will be with me for the boxing. And do you know any of the undercards? Sorry, Craig, because I literally didn't recognize any of the names on that undercard. Like, fucking Riyadh season. All right, I know they've got the biggest fight in the world. Like, well done. Blue Peter Badger and all that. But fuck me. Like, not even a Deontay Wilder or Joseph Parker or Dubois. Like, nobody that I recognize is on that undercard. A lot of boxers are. Like Optea is on the 8th of Jan as well, I think. The 25th of January is Bitbull versus Bother, part 2, let's say. Dang, yes, that's a point. What's the point? Right. Very true. Very true. All right, I'll get on as early as I can because maybe you'll get a few good fights. But again, just asking again now, out of curiosity, how many of these boxers do you know, Craig? Like, for you, is it a good undercard? And point taken, I'll jump on pretty much. I'll walk the dog, give myself a 10-minute break after the Arsenal game and jump straight on. So, yeah, sorry. How many of you actually there over them do you know? Not that should matter, but you are right. So what's the fucking doing? Don't voice note me so I don't listen to it. So what the fucking do? I don't get it. Guys, do be liking, do be subscribing. Guys, I'll be live tomorrow, 5:15 p.m. The latest, I'll be there. Crystal Palace versus Arsenal. And then, all right, cool. How many of them boxes do you know, bros? When I looked at the list, I don't believe I recognize anyone. I was like, huh? Like, there's no one there. You may as well got Mike Tyson to fucking fight Jake Paul then, you know what I mean? A decent, you know what I mean, co-main event, let's say. At the co-main event, I didn't even recognise the two boxers. That's what I was saying. Who's making all that racket outside? Guys, 50 minutes down. What is your thoughts? Please be liking. Please be subscribing. Shouts out to Craig, our boxing expert on the channel. Craig, how many boxers do you know? Is there any other fights that you're particularly interested in tomorrow? That's what I'm basically trying to get at. I take your point. 100% I take your point, though. About obviously, you're going to pay for the event. Watch the whole fucking event. Oi, oi, girl. How you doing? Please get a like on the video. Because I'm about to disappear 51 minutes in. That was a joke, but I mean, it still builds an interest, What I'm saying is, there wasn't much interest from me, as I didn't know none of the fighters. I'm going to go and have a look after the stream, Craig. Shouts out to you. But I will cover the last few. Let's say Arsenal finish at 8. I'll be on by 9. And then between 10 and 11 is the main event. So if I go on around 9, Arsenal 5:30, 6:37. Yeah, we'll finish by 8. Yeah, I'll get on for about 9-hour break, walk the dog, you know what I mean? Have a refreshment, you know what I mean? Clear the mind, and then live for the boxing. But guys, do shout out to everyone that has been on the stream today. It's been quite a lit stream. Thought it was going to be a very busy one earlier, and it quietened down. I had a few people just spying on me, you know what I mean? 14, 15, 16 of us here, but like 4 or 5 people talking. Very spooky. Some X-Files shit out here. But do be liking and subscribing, people. Tomorrow is a massive day of sporting action. Crystal Palace, Arsenal. After our cup heroics, let's say. Obviously, we need nothing less than 3 points, though. The league form is fucking up and down. For me, we're doing our best to get out of. I didn't say it was fucking you. I wasn't even hinting it was you. But they be like him. The dog's fighting so much, people. I've got to go. He's sitting there, actually fighting. Someone's arguing the blocks. I mean, Feds will be around the block soon. But guys, I'm going to get out of it. You've got a lot of Danny AFC TV tomorrow. 5:15 live, Crystal Palace, Arsenal. That will take me to the hour of about 8 p.m. And then I'll give myself an hour break. And then about 9, I'll go back on for the boxing. We know the main event's about 10, 11. So guys, Usyk Fury fans, please be with me on the live watch along tomorrow. Do be liking, do subscribing. I'm going to put the stream out there now. And for Palace Arsenal, of course. Do be getting your score predictions, etc. into me. Danny Boxing, no matter if you haven't heard of the fighters. That's the beauty of boxing. Sport, football. Very true, and I take your point. Man of the match comment, Craig. Absolutely do take your point. Grivo, who was on the stream earlier, did actually say the same thing. He goes, Dan, how many times have you watched boxing or paid pay-per-view and etc.? And a couple of the undercards have been really exciting, and then you get to the main event and it's just been a blowjob or over in one round. But yeah, I take both of your points massively, absolutely hugely. I just thought for such a big money Riyadh season, blah blah blah, sing and dance, we want to take over boxing, golf, and you know what I mean, and everything in the world. So I would have thought they'd had a couple of big hitters on there, you know what I mean? Like I thought the co-event might have been 2 hard hitters, do you know what I mean? But obviously not. And what's going on as well with Ben, Nigel Ben's son, Connor? Is it Connor Ben? I can't remember his name. Has he got a license? Can he fight Eubank Jr.? Because that fight, I'd love to see get on. You know what I mean? And Connor Ben does remind me of his dad, even to the way he plays his dad in British gangster films like Rise of the Foot Soldier. Couldn't believe it when I see Conor Benn, professional boxer, turn up in that. But his dad was cool with them, innit? Them man used to Tony Tuckers and that used to walk Nigel Benn out, innit? That very famous fight when Nigel Benn won the title all them years ago. Yeah, that Tony Tucker fucking walked him out. He fucking walked him out. So yeah. Now the Sun banned for taking whatever narcotics, as far as I know. But yeah, does have little bit part roles in certain gangster films, knocking out Zebedee in the ring. Again, playing his father in preparation for the Nigel Benn, whoever fight all them years ago. But do be liking and subscribing, people. It has been quite a lit stream. A lot of people have just been listening silently, but never mind. As long as you're listening, who cares? That's what matters. But do be hitting a big like on the old video for me. Do be subscribing if one is new. And again, I don't want to sound like a broken record. Palace, Arsenal tomorrow. And then, man, say no more. Fury, Usyk. With a few of the undercards. Because Craig says so. Shouts out to Craig. If Fury does win by decision, then you know there will be a third fight. All right, bro. How much of a conspiracy theorist are you? A lot of people are telling me over the last few days Fury's going to win on the basis that they reckon boxing is fixed. And there's going to be a money-spinning trilogy and a third fight. Surely just boxers' pride, you wouldn't allow that to happen. Like Tyson having to get beaten for the first time in his life. Usyk having to take a fucking L tomorrow. Is he really that personality geezer? I fight for my country, Ukraine, all that bollocks. That goes out the window if it's fixed. Surely not. My heart says no. My heart says Usyk will still win. But do you know what? If Fury wins and it's a bit iffy, yeah? Or it goes to points, and it looks like one of them ones like it's a draw to me, or even in my opinion, Usyk has shaded it, and it comes out it's actually a Tyson Fury victory, as of tomorrow, as you'll see live, I'll officially be done with boxing. I'm not saying I won't watch it again, but I'll be done with it, if you know what I mean. So, and I bet it's rife for all the smaller divisions as well. But what about right at the top? Do you think it's worse from the top down or from the downwards up, if you know what I mean? From the bottom up. Interesting. And not in a rude way, spit out. What are you really thinking, Craig? Because I know me and you are pretty convinced. The two professional fighters that are going to fight tomorrow, we believe there's one winner. And now people are putting it into my head that there won't be one winner. Because it has to be made 1-1. So there's a money spinning third fight. But that means, Vic, if you, and I'm not saying you're stupid, if you get the gist of what me and Craig are talking about, that means then there is no retirement because both boxers have said that might be their last fight, or at least Tyson Fury has, but I doubt it will be. He'll find a cage fighter to go and make money, you know what I mean, or Mayweather or something, because he's a bit of a fraudster like that. And a money grabber kind of fucker. Well, you do think, just listening to him talking, yeah, I'm sure Usyk doesn't refuse getting paid, but you know what I mean? Sometimes when you hear him talk, it doesn't seem like it's at the top of his fucking mind, you know what I mean? And how many times have you seen press conferences where Fury's like, I'll fight anyone, but the price has to be right. And they're not getting 50-50 splits. I'm the champion, I'm Fury, I'm this. I find that very pompous, ignorant, and shit cunny. Do you know what I mean? And I've never liked Tyson Fury for all of that. Because I do think now, the more I think about it, Joshua, blowjob or not, wet wipe, wet one, whatever you want to call him, or a fucking total solid hero. He did fight Usyk 2 times. Got bullied twice, but still done it. Basically, until Usyk come along, for me, Fury AJ was the only beast matchup in the heavyweight division, with no disrespect to any other boxers. So, and it never happened. And a lot of people doubt it will happen. But I do believe if Usyk does batter Fury tomorrow, Fury's last fight to make that big P, even though he'll make money on every fight, so that sounds ridiculous, but that big money fight, I do believe, would be AJ versus Fury, as he wouldn't be a champion no more, as he isn't right now, because Usyk's got all the belts. And Usyk, we kind of know his plan is to go back down to the cruiserweight division, his natural weight. Because remember, Usyk isn't tall as other heavyweights or naturally fat like heavyweights. Do you know what I mean? He's not a heavyweight in stature. I don't think it'll be Fury. I don't think it will be Fury. Will never give up boxing. He tried to try before. He got bored at home. Oh yeah, definitely. But again, No's been put out to join. And again, remember, like he's not sure of it. But even tomorrow's fight is enough money. Even if he never done anything in his life and he had zero money coming into tomorrow's fight is enough to look after him, his wife, the kids, his dad, his brothers and cousins for all their lives. So tomorrow's fight money, the purse, which I actually don't know what it is, but I know it's ridiculous. You know what I mean? Is life changing no matter what happens. So, because I don't think Usyk will fight him again. Usyk might have to. Craig will be able to answer better. Usyk might have to give up all his belts. Usyk done this just to sort of prove this dog's got to stop fighting. I've got to go in a sec. Usyk done this just to prove that he can be the best boxer and the strongest guy in the world. Because Usyk, again, staturally, body-wise, whatever, isn't a natural heavyweight. And allegedly, he wants to go back down to the division where he come from. Is it super cruiserweight, super bantam, super cruiser? He wants to go back to that. As he says on one interview, I'm bored of always eating as much as this. Like I'm not like Belly. That's what he calls Tyson Fury. I don't want to be big like Belly. I'm bored of like eating this much food. Usyk has even said that after beating Fury again, he'll drop that down to cruiserweight. See, and be once again the undisputed cruiserweight world champion again. I believe, and I believe that gas never happened before. I don't get that by that gas. I've obviously said something. I definitely know that I was asking you one night because my mate Ratty said it to me. And you kind of confirmed it. That's what I mean. Well, I believe it can't be a fix. And I believe that gas never happened before. What gas? What gas? Sorry, I'm so confused on that last line. Everything else I understand. So yeah, he goes back to his own weight, cruiserweight, as soon as he dusts down Fury tomorrow. Unless Fury wins, and then there has to be a decider, a part three, a trilogy, whatever you want to call it. But I was watching back Deontay Wilder, yeah? He got the shit kicked out of him by Joseph Parker, who I think's any guy, with no disrespect. In all three of them fights, yeah, they were so close. Either one of them guys could have won. How good is Tyson Fury? For me, he struggled against Deontay Wilder. Deontay Wilder looks shit right now. Ready for the bin, the scrap heap. Do you know what I mean? I wouldn't back on Wilder beating anyone. I think Dillian White could come along and batter the life out of Deontay Wilder. I've never rated Joseph Parker. I've always thought he was shit. But the way he tucked down in, 5 rounds? The way he beat the life out of Deontay Wilder made me just know, innit? Tyson Fury's either been lucky or they're setting up with boxing. I'm not saying he can't punch. I'm not saying he ain't tactically good. What I'm saying is, as you see in the 9th round when Usyk beat him all over Riyadh and the fucking ring, you can't get this cunt down. And he could take a beating. Like I'm talking literally, if 3 geezers with baseball bats walked up to him and started beating him there, I don't even know if I doubt the geezer's going to go to the floor. And his other thing, which Usyk has publicly said, the only thing that worries me about this guy, like he hits like a girl, he's fat, he's rubbish, he's out of condition, he's overrated, he's fat, he's belly leaked. He said his powers of recovery is unhuman. He said, when I beat the life out of him, and I did listen to this, The Gloves Are Off, the other day very carefully. And Usyk said, the only thing that surprised me, he went, because he never hurt me once in the fight. He fights like a girl. He never made me get out of breath. Do you know what I mean? Not once. He goes, look, every time I walk back to my corner, do I look out of breath? He's agitated, can't sit down. The next round, sitting down. Blood all over him, panting for breath, water getting thrown all over him and Vaseline. Where Usyk just sits down calmly. That spoke volumes to me. He wasn't troubled in the fight. His problem was he had a fucking 8-foot geezer with a 9-foot reach keeping him away, which the fat fucker's going to do to him again. And obviously, yeah, Mr. Ukraine, obviously, the fuse got sparked. He switched. The rest was history. Done enough to win the fight. That's the biggest problem. But as he said, again, just to finish the point, after I battered him all over Riyadh, all over the ring, he goes, I couldn't believe when he come out for the 10th round. Like it was the second or third round all over again. He says, the guy can recover. You know, I've never seen another boxer. Oh no, sorry, another human, let alone another boxer, with the powers of recovery. He goes, that's the only problem. They're long, they're thinking. I love you. I love a good conversation, but Craig, like, he literally won't stop. Danny, imagine Usyk being on the being underneath. Sorry, world champion twice at cruiserweight. Never mind being heavyweight. Danny, imagine Usyk being underneath. Is that, bros? Underneath world champion twice. What does that mean? I didn't really know much about Usyk, with all respect. I'm not the biggest boxing guy. I didn't know that much about him before the whole heavyweight bit. Now my charger's fucking with me, but I've got it ready today. What are you saying? He wasn't that great before? Craig, I never would want to leave on a rude note. I'm going to get this answer out of you, and then I'm going to... What does that mean? Is there something you don't rate about Usyk? Oh, undisputed world champion twice at cruiserweight. Never mind. So, yeah, well, he's got nothing else to prove, which surprises me why he's going back down. Now, after Fury, like, yeah. I'm trying to work out what you mean here. I'm trying to work out what you mean there. And good night, Vicky. Well, yeah, he has nothing else to prove. Beat Belly, as he says. When I beat Belly tomorrow, he probably does go back down to cruiser. I still find that a bit weird, though. You're more boxing expert than me, but what's he got to prove against Obteo? Is that where Bitval and all them man are? That part 2 is coming up as well. Is that 25th of January? Obteo is fighting on the 8th of January. Is it 2 Japanese or Chinese dudes are fighting? But they're both meant to be decent. Is it Christmas Eve or Boxing Day? But like 8 in the morning. Obviously, because of time differences. But guys, I love you all. I really do. Must go though. Walk the dog and all that. So guys, please be liking, please be subscribing. 5:15 p.m. Crystal Palace v Arsenal. Please join me for that one. And I'll give myself an hour break and I'll be in the building around 9 p.m. for Usyk versus Fury. But please just go look at my channel or I'll send it out on X, I don't know, Facebook, whatever social media I use, TikTok maybe. I've been on that for a little while. We'll go and put something on TikTok. In fact, when I did go on TikTok the other day, I dropped 2 like little pictures for the first time in ages, and they both got very good views. I thought, what is that? Because I don't use it on them all. Look, 509, put nothing on there for the Tyson Fury pick, then 750 for the Arsenal Palace pick. Not bad. All in a day's work. So maybe I'll put up a few bits on TikTok. Who knows? But guys, peace out. God bless to all of you. May you all have a wonderful evening, and please join me tomorrow, not once but twice. 5:15, Crystal Palace Arsenal, hour break, and then Usyk versus Fury Part 2. I'm literally biting my nails in anticipation. Guys, do be liking, do be subscribing. Someone's screaming very violently in the lock. There'll be feds here and all sorts of. Danny, Usyk was the cruiserweight undefeated world champion. Usyk moved up to heavyweight, undefeated. Usyk wants to go back down to cruiserweight and win and become once again undefeated. But who's down there? Is it Bitbull? Optea? Ramirez? And that is without being disrespectful, but you know I'm not the biggest boxing guy. That's it. So what does he do? Beat up Bitbull, beat up Optea, and then, I don't know, retire. Who does he need to beat up down there? Optea, I do believe, is one of the champions, isn't he? That's getting a bit loud out there. Here's the Christmas season. Remember the party? I downstairs. Love having fucking police come and pissing me off, guys. Oh, it's light heavyweight. So who is it then? Optea and who? Like, it doesn't seem like there's that much down there. Beat Optea, all right, the Australian guy. All right, cool. And that's it, no? Who else? But Craig, you are the official. Started again. Man of the match. Peace out to you, bro. If you can't join me for Palace Arsenal tomorrow, please join me for the boxing. As you're a boxing man. We'll talk about a couple of the other cards. The ones that I get on for. And our final thoughts, or if our opinions have changed, come fight night. Still regarding Usyk versus Fury. So, Craig, you are the man of the match. Peace out to everyone that's been on the stream. You're all legends. Thank you so much. There's been quite a few people bouncing in and out of the stream today, but not really saying much. Must be my blue eyes. They must be wanting just to see what I'm saying, what I'm up to. What's my prediction? What's my predictions? What's my thoughts? Arsenal. I was thinking Rashford loan. We've had 2 loans from the Premier League. As far as I know, you can't loan more than 2 players from your own country. We've had Neto and dog, you stink and it's making me sneeze. Guys, I gotta go. Seriously, I love you, but you can't do more than 2 loans. So unless we pay cash money for Rashford, I've just realised that ain't happening. Peace out, people.